good. Cool. All right. We are live. All right.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, we're just going to jump right into this, straight into it. We'll bring back this little podcast kind of live stream. We have our first guest of the year. Who I got with me?
Yeah, my name is Will. I'm a personal trainer, athlete, business owner of the Hit Factory brand. Check me out on Instagram at Hit Factory brand. On TikTok is hit.factory.brand. And same handles on all social media platforms. And yeah, I also do like online programs, and I'm also looking into selling clothes in the future. So get at me, follow me, if you want to say it, anything you can get at me. So
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, like, well, let's get into. So, Hit Factory, is it a clothing or is it like. Let's get into what is exactly Hit Factory? What is it deep into? What is it?
yeah, I know like to a newcomer it kind of looks kind of complex, but like just to paint like the picture is basically what I'm trying to do is like use my brand to build an audience centered around fitness and mental health. So what this page and like this brand is, face value is that it's a service. So right now I'm acting as a personal trainer, or more specifically an online coach. So I offer like programs to help people reach their fitness goals, or like maybe develop or put together something like on the fly so that they can easily follow, that helps complement what they want to do in the gym. Maybe you're an athlete and you're looking for like a program with like stretches for me, maybe you just got coming out the injury and rehab. So right now I'm a service, and then as I get more and more developed with that, I'm gonna expand obviously. So I'm a service and the brand second.
Cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, like, tell us what got you into fitness? Like, what got you started working out? When did you start working out? How long you been working out?
Yeah, so like for me, I was a sports junkie. So I was always, it was like soccer first, and then I slowly got into like basketball in junior high and football in high school. So yeah, and then fitness, or I guess like specifically like the gym, like didn't become like a priority for me till like probably like grade 10.
Grade 10?
Yeah, like I wasn't really like in the gym like that till grade 10, and then I just kind of fell in love with the operations. Like, you know, you're an athlete.
Yeah.
So just like
You transfer. Like, I had the same thing. Like, I started. Yeah, I started off playing basketball, soccer, track, and then graduated high school. And kind of like, it's like you go from athlete to like gym bro.
Yeah, I feel like that's like for most athletes anyways, because it's like you're already used to that like lifestyle.
Yeah.
So it's like to like get out of that routine is almost hard to stay in the routine. So it's like you kind of just make it like part of your daily life. I guess.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel that for sure. Like, yeah, I feel like some people they'll go straight to gym bro, but then they don't go back. Like right now, I'm trying to do like a hybrid kind of like style of training where I'm training plyometrics again, trying to do speed and agility again. 'Cause I feel like yeah, when you just go from athlete to gym bro, you kind of lose the. I feel like it almost feels like you're making a trade off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's weird because like, a lot of people they sacrifice their athleticism for like the gains, but I feel like I want to see if you can. I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can do both.
you can do both. That's the thing. Like there's people that, like I feel like a lot of people kind of get scared with like lifting heavy and having that whether or not that pro is to like perform well in sport. But it's like you just gotta break it down to what you specifically want to achieve. Because it's like you can be explosive and lift heavy. Like that's just a part of like your training. like if you're breaking it down into let's periodize it. So if you're breaking it down into like programs or mini cycles or what they call mesocycles, you're gonna like start off with like muscular index, so like you're repping a lot, and then you're gonna slowly get into hypertrophy.
Right.
So you're gonna focus on isolation, and then you'll go into like strength. So then you start to transition to lifting. And it's like it's all about how you like use it to complement what you do in your sport, right? Like I see athletes like track bar like pulling like 600 pounds, but they're built like Kevin Durant. Like, it's possible to do it. It's just like how do you want to use that to translate to the sport you're in? It's like even jump on. So like, eventually you're gonna have to like, get heavy with lifts. I mean not like abuse it on a daily basis, but like if you like set it up properly, you can do both. I mean physique wise, that's another question.
100%. So that's why this is like kind of like the models on my channel. Nothing landing or playing small. You know, being the best version of yourself, like in all areas. But I want to switch gears a little bit. I want to get into like so now it's like a new year and everything. You know, people we're making New Year's resolutions and all that stuff. You know, everyone's making goals, writing them down. So like, why do you think people like don't stick to their like New Year's resolutions?
I feel like it's just like it's not significant enough for them to like keep it, or like maybe they just kind of just like struggle with like discipline. Like for me, like consistency is like something I struggle with a lot actually. So it's like the best way I like get myself to like consistently do it is that I would really do a checklist like every day, like on my phone, like I have like the notes app.
Google Calendar.
No, just like the
Okay.
iPhone notes app.
Okay.
Like I'll have like a checklist,
Yeah.
and I'll start with the thing that I don't want to do the most at the top.
Oh, eat the frog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll slowly get into stuff that I usually do throughout the day. Like maybe I'll like maybe go on Instagram or doom scroll for a little bit. Like I'll have that on the list.
Oh.
But it'll be at the bottom. So I have to do top to
You have to earn it, kind of thing.
Yeah. So you have to earn it. So it's like you kind of have to like. It's a muscle memory thing, but you almost kind of have to like psychologically train yourself to like do the hard things first, or the things that you don't want to do, because then eventually those things become easier to do.
To do, yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of like progressively overload how many times you do the hard thing.
Exactly. Once you do something that's difficult, once you start to see that it becomes easier, that easier becomes easy to do. I mean, it's no longer something that you struggle with being consistent. It's just like now you just do it. It's like muscle memory to like going to the gym this weekend or early to do stuff. Like you'll start off waking up at 5 a.m. and you're like, but if you do that for like 2 weeks, you'll get so used to it that it's like you won't notice that you're just constantly waking up at like 5 a.m. and you're just like ahead of the bunch. Because then you're just kind of like psychologically, you know, playing with yourself a little bit. So yeah, definitely is a struggle with discipline and psychology a little bit. Kind of have to use a balance of both. I mean, you want to do it in a way that's going to make you want to actually complete it.
Yeah.
That's definitely, I feel like, the reason why I struggle. It's definitely because you're not training yourself to like, do the hard things.
Fast.
Yeah.
I think what do you call it? I definitely like consistency, discipline, and I want to add another thing. I feel like another thing that people struggle with is like it's a weird one, but I kind of struggle with myself, where it's like people they don't conceptualize like the new year, if that makes sense. Like once January is done, they go back to like default settings. You know what I mean? Like you're not like
I have to reset button.
yeah, like they don't realize like it's weird. Like I used to do this thing where I'm like, okay, I'm all hyped in January, I'm gonna hit my goals, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Then February, March, April, June, it's like I'm back to right homeostasis. Like it's not a new year anymore. Like 2025 sets in. You know what I mean? Like how you buy a shoe and you finally set into that new shoe.
Yeah, you settle.
Yeah, you kind of settle kind of thing. But what I started doing like last year, this year especially, is I kind of like I keep in mind that it's still a new year until December. Like, okay, it is a new year. Like we're still on mission. Like you have to keep it in your mind. It's kind of a weird concept of basketball. You have to, you know what I mean? Because people forget it's a new year. Like by the time it's June, I don't know if I'm making sense, but it's like
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of like, I think it's just because of like the trend of like the whole New Year. It's corny, but like the New Year, New Me thing, like
yeah,
people still do that, even though they don't want to do it. They still do it,
yeah,
like to some degree, because it's like they want to give themselves like they want to put pressure on themselves, but it's like it's not like internally motivated, like it's externally. So it's like you're doing it because it's like it's a trend. Like you're not doing it because like you genuinely want to do it,
yeah,
right? Like you're just following the trend, and trends die out. So
Yeah.
it's like if that dies out, so does the motivation to do it. So it's like yeah, I feel like that's like the biggest flaw. The biggest flaw. That is the biggest flaw you could do to yourself.
facts. Like
Yeah, just apply pressure, but make it like internal.
internalizing. Yeah, I think that's something that's helped me like internalizing the year. 365, and then also like you said, like making lists. But I started using Google Calendar to like schedule out the things I need to do daily for assignments, making
Yeah.
content in the gym. Because like I found last semester, September to December, I found myself, I was still working out, but I found myself kind of like slacking in a way. Like I wasn't hitting the gym as much as I
Yeah.
wanted to, and I was making the same excuse that used to piss me off of like I don't have time to go to the gym, and I realized I had to cut out like the bullshit. You know what I mean? That was taking up most of my time. So like I feel like scheduling time, I think will change like a lot of people's lives. Because like once you start to make that list, like even if you don't hit everything on the list, if you at least do 70% of it, I think it sets you apart from like
Yeah.
the rest of the pack. Because we're human, we're not every day you're gonna be 100%, but at least aim for it, you know?
Yeah, but like the big thing for me is like the list. It's not like whether I complete it or not, but like every time I like wake up, it gives me a sense of urgency to like do something.
Yeah.
So it's like don't waste the day. Like honestly, like if you wake up at 5 a.m. or if you wake up at 10 a.m., it doesn't matter like what time you wake up. Like I feel like that's just like whatever to like get your like yourself going. Like if you want to wake up early because it makes you feel good, knowing that it's like you're waking up early. Like if you want to do that, like go ahead. But like, if you also wake up at 10 a.m., like nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's just like how do you use the day, like the whole day. Like, don't just be like hitting the gym at 5 a.m. and then you come home and you're just not doing nothing. Like you still didn't do anything. Like you low-key didn't do anything. Like you woke up at 5 a.m. Congratulations, but you didn't do anything. You just went to the gym early. Like,
Yeah.
That's it. But like if you use the whole day, like that's the point of me doing like the checkers.
I don't even like doing the 5 a.m. workouts, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a unique workouts.
Yeah. Like honestly, like I like it because it's like it gives me time to do other stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like okay, like I don't have to worry about going to the gym for the rest of the day. So it's like if I have errands to run or if I have work, I can just like
Fair
kind
enough.
of chill and like push up. But like yeah, I'm more of like a late morning workout if I don't have work or like afternoon kind of guy to be honest. Because it's like when I do early morning workouts, it's like depending what I do, I don't want that to like kind of affect my day. Like if I deadlift like 315 from 10 and then I'm feeling my lower back the whole day, it's not gonna help me.
Yeah.
So it help.
So kind of, your gym feels kind of depends on what you have going on that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I changed a little bit how I like work out now because like I want to do more like agile and stuff.
Like mobility kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you would
try to
see-
make it more sports focused.
So you would say you're a hybrid athlete kind of thing.
Yeah, like when I was like coming out of high school, I was definitely like training like I was a powerlifter. Cause I was stiff. Like my coaches always told me I was stiff. And like even to this day, I'm probably kind of stiff. But that's because of work. To be honest. Yeah, so it's like now I kind of like spend a lot of my time doing like mobility and like dynamic stretches before workouts, static after workouts, and like just being able to move, but like move like very like efficiently. Yeah, like jumping higher, running fast.
That's something I'm trying to work on right now too. I've been on the trying to do the, well, not gonna lie, I'm like past 3 weeks I've been more on my calisthenics vibe than like the actual like mobility stuff, but I need to jump back on the mobility stuff. I'm kind of like, I'm weird. I'm like a hybrid athlete too, but I'm doing weightlifting right now, but I'm also doing like calisthenics, and I'm trying to do calisthenics, and I'm also doing like my like agility. I'm mainly focusing on agility rather than jumping higher, but yeah, mainly those things.
No, yeah, because like the reason why I train the way I do is because like I still want to train in my sport because like I played football
Right.
for a big portion of my life, so it's like I don't want to get out of that like regime of like training cycle because it's like that's just what I'm used to. So like for me, or like even in this case for you, like doing agility work and like doing calisthenics like combination, like you still do it, but you want to bring with it like one complements the other, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like snowball effect.
For me, I just kind of like,
Like you want to do calisthenics, you don't do calisthenics, use it as a finisher. If you want to do agility, combine it with a compound workout, which is weightlifting, so it's like you want one to complement the other. That's how you know what you're doing for like a workout is actually going to benefit you if one complements the other.
yeah,
You don't want to put together a program for like somebody and stuff. Based on the assessment, does Monday complement the Tuesday? Does the Tuesday
Yeah.
complement Wednesday? Wednesday complement Thursday?
Mhm.
And so on, because you want to complement.
For me, I just kind of like, the reason why I did calisthenics is I really wanted to learn the muscle up. Like that was like my main.
Yeah, I saw you. I saw it on the IG story. I was like, yeah, but I need to learn how to do it. I don't know how to do this.
Bro, like I feel like if you can do 15 pull-ups. I think if you can do 15 pull-ups, you can definitely do a lot. It's a lot of it is technique.
Yeah, like you have to like when you come out, a lot of people try to pull up.
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
to push outwards.
Yeah,
That's what people keep telling me. Because one of my other homies, he could do a muscle up. I was like, wow, he's like before cool. Like he used to, I used to see him on like medals,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'll see him do a couple of muscle ups, and I'm like, you gotta teach him the game, or you gotta give me the secret sauce, bro.
Because the muscle up is like that's that one workout like when ever since like Nans was like beginner, like that was like yo, like it was like it's like equivalent to like benching 225. You know what I mean? It's like that benchmark. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like-
confidence boost.
Yeah, yeah. They have bench. What's it called? I did a muscle up. I felt like I was Denzel from Training Day. You know what I mean? Just walking around like, bro. You know, walking around like that guy. You know what I'm saying? Check if you got anybody so far.
I'll wait for it to load. You can keep the phone with you. Just keep the chat away. I'm saying it's been early, so
Yeah.
I gotta get it back to me.
Yeah. But also, what was it also? We talked about the New Year's resolution stuff. Also, I wanted to get into. So, why do you think getting jacked makes you more attractive as a dude? Or like, do you think getting jacked is everything when it comes to attraction, or like, do you think face matters more? Like, what's your take on like the whole body game?
I think what attracts women the most is I like to term it humble confidence
Okay.
because it's like it balances between the fine line of like being cocky and being like confident in like yourself and you as like a person.
Mm-hmm.
So like having a little bit of humbleness to it kind of like sets you apart a little bit. It's like I don't need to like validate myself to be
A humble confidence. I like that. Yeah, like
yeah.
where it's not arrogant, where it feels like you're overcompensating for something. Like
Yeah,
it's like,
it comes, yeah. So it's like I feel like getting jacked helps that.
yeah,
Helps you get to that. So it's like
because you don't have to prove because you're just there. It's just
Yeah.
the proof is
like
there.
if I wear a shirt and you see like my traps, you see my shoulders,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say anything. You're just gonna see
Yeah,
the
yeah.
muscles. Like now, it's like when people see me, it's just like they just know that I'm like someone that's in the gym, someone that's like fit, or someone that's like physically appealing. So when like girls go and check you out, it's like, oh, he's not hiding anything. He's wearing a shirt. Like, it's like, and like a lot of girls would tell me like they like dudes with like a nice back and the shoulders is like a big thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, and then like the V.
The V taper, yeah. It's actually scientifically literally proven that the V taper will make that more attractive.
Yeah, like you want to be built, like you want to have like bigger lats,
Lats, yeah.
and then tighter torso,
Yeah.
and then broad shoulders, so you're shaped like basically like a
Like a Dorito, yeah. It sounds weird, but it's like for girls, it's the hourglass. For them, yeah, that's what makes them kind of, that's
yeah.
makes it, like it's scientifically like proven. It's funny, I think I told you that story, like today I was helping out for my Black Association
Yeah.
at my university, and one of the vendors was low-key hitting on me, just like, you be doing the lap pull-downs, huh? I was like, yo, it took me, I'm taking it back, because I was just like, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, the body game works. The body game works, man. You know what I mean? Like,
That's true.
it's wild, you know? So, yeah, definitely like the V taper, I think, is key. I would even say, like, you know, if I were to go back, like, and be in a fitness journey, I would focus on, like, building the V taper and then, like, build everything else around that.
Yeah, I definitely like if I'm gonna like start working out. Let's just say I'm kind of like a civilian a little bit. Like there's no reason besides working out besides like working better. I definitely start off with like strength to kind of just build up, and then I would just kind of narrow it down. Like I would cut, but I would like lean out,
Mm-hmm.
and then try to like build more of a better physique that way. Especially if like you're a muscle man.
Yeah, yeah. Mesomorphs.
Like if you put on fat easier,
Mm-hmm.
like if your natural build without working out, like you look bigger.
Yeah, mesomorph is like the best, I think. You're in the best position to build muscle. I feel like there's like
Yeah.
different types of like it's weird because I'm like a meso. I feel like it's like I feel like I'm like a meso actor, like kind of in the middle of both.
Yeah.
A little bit, because like the thing is like I'm naturally was always an athlete. You know what I mean? I was very explosive, very run fast, strong. But I was also very skinny. Like I was also a hard gainer because I really had to eat. And sometimes when I don't eat, I notice I just lose weight quick. You know what I mean?
Fast recovery.
Yeah, yeah. I mean it's slowed down since high school a little bit. I find it's not as fast as it was.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
I'm just
that's just the natural breaking down process. It's like you're gonna break down sugar slower,
Yeah.
so like when you digest food, it stays in your system a little bit longer, right? Maybe you're not gonna really get it quicker.
Yeah.
And then like genetics plays a big part in that. Like for me, like bro, I always had like big legs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Growing up, like bro, I used to wear like what is it, 32, 34
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
pants, like adult pants in like junior high, bro. Like I was a big kid, like always. I was always a chubby kid till like at least like the year after high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like during COVID, that was probably when I was like my most skinniest. Because I was like almost like around 160, 165.
What was your COVID experience like?
Oh, it was hard. Like, are you talking about early, like when there was no gym, or like when
Everything,
there was-
the whole experience. What do you think about? Like, I think peak COVID years was like 2020 to 21. 22 was like it was on and off. I think those 2 years, 2020, 2021 was where it was like everyone's 2020 obviously peak COVID experience. But like, tell us about like your COVID experience of 20 to 21.
the funny thing about that is that's when I started Hit Factory, bro. Yeah, cause like we were outside a lot because there was no gym. So like what we did was that we would just do like these outside workouts and we just post on the Instagram constantly. And like the thing is like during that time also like Red Pill was like a big thing.
Yeah.
That's when it just started becoming a big thing.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
we were obviously like on that wave
Yeah.
before. And like we were riding heavy, bro. Like heavy. So it's like we were doing that. We were basically like mini content creators from like summer 2020 to the first shutdown, which was like the winter of 2021.
Right.
So like around this time, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, that's when things like got like, it was just hectic for me because like I was also at university at the time, so everything was like online, and then I was also working, so it was like I could never like keep up with classwork because it's like you get lazy.
I had the same problem.
But I was like making eggs, like mid lecture, bro. Like I didn't give a damn. I didn't give a damn.
Hey, you're better than me. I would literally turn the thing on, go back sleep. Like
Yeah, turn on Microsoft Teams, bro. Put it on mute. Turn off the camera. I was like, man, I'll see y'all later,
For
bro.
real. Those were tough. That was tough. Like I can't. A lot of people like flourished in that time, and they like took extra classes, graduated early in that time.
I think it's because like it was like now that's when it like really became like self-paced. I'm not a
Yeah.
self-paced person.
I'm
You
not.
gotta tell me,
Yeah.
especially if it's something I don't want to do, like schoolwork.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it unless you like apply pressure.
I put a detonation on that shit.
Yeah, like you gotta tell this dude tonight for me to do it.
Yeah. For real, like, I was not wired like that either. Like definitely, I think for people like us, it was definitely tough times, you know what I mean? Especially like the isolation too. Like I didn't like the fact that I was home all the time. You know, it just felt kind of depressing in a way, and especially the commotion that was going on with like BLM, whatever, and like everything. Like, that year 2020 was chaotic.
It went by so quick too.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I went from like 19 to like 22 years old, just like that.
The,
It was crazy, bro.
do you feel like you like there was like lost time, like
I wouldn't say lost time. I would say more so like it was definitely like a time where I definitely like learned to like get creative. And I felt like that kind of translated to like where I'm at now because of the fact that Hit Factory started being, right? So it's like the big thing was what did I want to do in terms of like a career path? And I felt like COVID kind of played a part in that because it helped me like when I go like the fact that like I still wanted to work out even during the pandemic kind of just solidified the fact that I was like
did you
in
start
some
working?
way fitness has to be part of my career because of how dedicated I am to this, right?
Yeah.
And then we just found a way to make it work and then now I'm at the same spot today where I'm just like I'm using that to kind of make of what my career path would be.
Right.
So like creating the brand, yeah.
Were you doing like calisthenics, like the park workouts and stuff? Yeah, I was on that
A lot of calisthenics, like just running. Like we try to get creative with the equipment just because it's like we have to worry about like spacing and like AHS officers like driving around. Like you didn't want to get fined or nothing and stuff like that. So you like go to the turf, just set up a tripod and just start running with a parachute or do like ladders and like cones or whatever.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's proper, man. Yeah, that's proper. Yeah. Let's see. I want to get into
I feel like it was a blur, but it was a good time.
yeah.
To some degree, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's stressful, but it was like half and half.
Let's see. Let's switch gears a little bit. I want to get into the halftime show, Kendrick and Drake, you know what I'm saying? What's it called? I know people had mixed reviews on it. You know, there was like, people were saying it was the worst thing in history, people were saying it was the best thing. You know, there was the Serena Williams crip walk, you know.
Honestly, I feel like that rap beef kind of brought rap back to life a little bit.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because it's like before we didn't have that, and like before the rap beef, we haven't had like something like that legitimately like controversial.
Yeah.
Like making people want to talk about it. Since like at least like the Meek Mill Drake beef, even before then, like the throwback raps with like Bobby Wood and stuff like that. I feel like that was like kind of like what do you call it when you revive somebody? Like it was kind of like CPR a little
Yeah.
bit to the rap game.
Right.
Yeah, because it was like it was starting to get bland,
Yeah.
right? Because like bro, nobody like it was all mumble rap. It was all like bass boosted. It was all like trap beats. Like everything started to like sound the same.
Mm-hmm.
So like the rap become like
Brought it back.
yeah, it made things like interesting. So people like gave it like yeah.
Who you got, Kendrick or Drake?
I did Kendrick Boy.
Kendrick, buddy. Are you more of a Kendrick fan than Drake fan?
I wouldn't say I listen to more of Kendrick's music because I feel like Drake is just like he's just more talented than Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
That's my hot take. I think Drake is a more talented artist, but Kendrick is a better rapper.
Okay. In terms of like rapper. Okay, I get
Like
that.
Kendrick is the better Kendrick is the better rapper and Drake is the better artist.
Better
Just
artist.
because he's-
He could do more versatile. I think that's why I genuinely like. Though I listen to both of them.
Like in my opinion, Drake can like pretty much do a collab with almost every artist
Yeah.
there is, like regardless of genre. Like I know Kendrick's kind of trying to do the same, but like when you put him on a different song, he still sounds the same. Compared to if you put Drake on a different song, you could actually sound different. That's why he's more talented. But Kendrick just brought it. He won 5 Grammys after one rap song, so he also a better rapper.
That's true. That's true.
It's evident now.
I think the battle, like Kendrick won. Like if I'm in my car and I'm driving, I'm most likely gonna listen more to Drake than Kendrick. That's just me. This is I like Drake a little bit more than Kendrick. I don't know.
Family Matters, the Family Matters.
That was hard.
That one was actually kind of tough.
It was tough.
I think it's just nobody really cared because that was the same time like Kendrick went back to back on him.
He's like, I gotta go back. Yeah.
Yeah, like three beat switches in the same song. That was crazy.
The first beat was the hardest one though. Like I replayed that part.
It got overshadowed because that was the same time that Kendrick came right back with the Not Like Us.
Not Like Us, yeah.
And then it just like completely forgot.
I'm not gonna lie, Not Like Us was pretty fire. He said, what,
If you get an entire stadium say A minor, it's over.
Yeah. Wait, why was Drake in the pseudonym though?
I think it was just because of like the fact that they like record labels were like pushing out that song because it was making a lot of money, but it was also messing with his reputation
Yeah.
because they're under the same label under Universal because they have like the rights to like some artists' songs. So Drake, I think the whole alleged like lawsuit was like, oh, they're like purposely like promoting that song in particular because it's like it's trending, but it's like it's missing his like
Reputation and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's basically what that's. So and like to summarize it, he's basically like waving a white flag.
Yeah.
Like doing
Like you win.
chill, bro.
Because those are crazy accusations, though, you know what I mean? Like, as soon as you start accusing someone of being like, pedophile, that's when it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's when it's like, yo.
Yeah, but it's like, it's not even the fact that like what he says in the diss track. It's the fact that it's like, bro, this song is like so like it's becoming like an anthem. Like when a song that's like used to like discredit you becomes an anthem, it's just like how do you like come back?
Yeah.
Like bro, like you got your grandma out here doing that. Like it was like A1. I think for 2 performed at the Super Bowl too. Called him out.
Who called him?
Kendrick.
Oh, Kendrick. Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Kendrick's a menace to the society.
Yeah, bro, don't take the beat for him.
For real. I want to switch gears a little bit. Let's switch gears again. I want to talk. We had an interesting conversation before this about like age 25 and like
Yeah.
what's it called? About how at this age it's kind of like that age where it's like it's kind of all or nothing. I did a video on it like a couple weeks ago where it's like everything changes right at 25. 25 is like the age where
I feel like it's a turning point.
turning point, yeah, and you're kind of gonna compare yourself to other people, stuff like that. What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like 25 is definitely like I feel like it's like it definitely like kind of sets the what's the word?
The tone?
Yeah, it sets the tone for basically the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like from here to like 30, like that pretty much sets the rest of your life. 'Cause, like that's when you want to start your career, or at least like get the ball rolling, if not already like in motion.
Hold on. We got 2 people watching.
So, yeah.
Whoever's watching, leave a comment down below. Comment on one or something. Ask questions if you have questions. But yeah, I'll just be going.
Yeah, so like a big thing for me was like because like I just turned 25 like literally just a couple of days ago. So like the big thing I try to emphasize for myself is don't let your cause of death or don't let comparison be your cause of death because you start to become like an outlier, whether it's in your friend group or like maybe in your job or like even like within your family if you got like siblings and stuff too. Because it's like you're gonna start to like compare where you're at because now you feel like your internal clock starts to like tick a little bit.
Like danger zone, kind of like a biological clock.
Yeah, like you feel like you're like code red. Like
Yeah.
now you want to like, if you're not already doing things, you kind of like want to like, you just have like a sense of urgency to like now like get it going, or else you feel like you're just gonna like it just gets worse and worse and worse. But it's like that's your comparison. That's what your eyes is like doing when you're at that age. Is that when you see other things progressing, you're internally putting yourself in that situation, even though that situation doesn't completely reflect what you're going through and your circumstances. That's why I say don't let comparison be your cause of death, because it's like a lot of people get caught up in, especially when it comes to like social media. Like as you get older, you start to be like, don't you like notice that like older people are not on social media as much?
Yeah.
Because they know that going on social media is gonna be like them like kind of like comparison. But it's the younger people that
We're constantly comparison. We're trying to keep up with the Joneses kind of thing.
yeah, exactly. So it's like, especially our generation and the generation before us, which is like millennials, right?
Yeah.
So they're Gen Z.
Yeah. I still consider myself close to the millennial side, even though I was 99, but I'm still cut off by a bit.
I feel like 99 and 2000s babies are like kind of within the same realm. Because it's like there wasn't really a big culture change during that time.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't a culture change until at least the mid 2000s.
Right.
I feel like. So it's like I feel like I define it by culture changes. So it's like
Yeah, I think that's a better.
yeah, early 90s to mid 90s,
Yeah.
and then late 90s to mid 2000s, and then mid 2000s and mid 2010s. So that's kind of how I do it. But yeah, back to like the comparison thing. I think the big thing, especially if you're in our age group from like if you're 18 to like 25, I would definitely say like focus on your timeline. And like it's hard to do, but you kind of have to like kind of reset yourself because like a lot of it comes from social media, and like you don't really know it, but you're basically desensitizing yourself to your own expectations. So it's like you're not seeing yourself as yourself, you're seeing yourself as someone else when you go through Instagram, when you go through TikTok, when you go through YouTube. Even to the people watching us, you're probably looking at us and you're thinking like in our situation, you're probably like subconsciously comparing yourself to us right now.
Yeah.
You may not even know it. So it's like the best way I try to like focus on, especially if you're in that age group, is just focus on what you can do. Because then that kind of like gets rid of the limit. but also allows you to kind of have a clear path on who you are as a person. Because a lot of people lose that when you get older. When you're 25, you feel that pressure to find your identity. And a lot of people don't even realize they lost it until they get to that age. Because you be on social media too much. So it's like, yeah, try not to compare yourself and just go by your own flow. So,
It's tough though. It's tough. It's like with social media definitely is tough. Cause like even myself, like I have to catch myself sometimes. I'm on social media and I see someone doing something, whatever. I'm like, oh shit, like this person already did X, Y, and Z. They already did a career job. They bought a house. It's like you gotta think like you're on your own. Like you said, right? You're on your own path, and you can't compare like what make yourself to someone else. Because like you don't like what they were doing at 18, 19, 20 was different from what you were doing at 18, 19, 20 years old. Like there was a song lyric by T Grizzly. He said it perfectly. He says, and it's a double standard. Like he says Kylie made $1 billion. She's older than, I'm gonna paraphrase. I'm probably butchering mine, but he's like he talks about Kylie Jenner. He's like Kylie made $1 billion, so I should be doing better than her because I'm older than her logically. But then he says, but then I think about it, she came from riches, but I came from poverty. So it kind of goes to show like, you know what I mean? You can't compare, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Two different circumstances. You gotta be kind of grateful for your own kind of like path and shit.
yeah, because it's like, I feel like a lot of like our like, what do we want to accomplish becomes more externalized, which means like, you won't feel like you accomplished something until you feel like you've seen yourself succeed past somebody else.
Yeah.
Which is not a good way to like approach life, because it's like, then you're making yourself a competition to somebody else that doesn't see you as competition.
Yeah. You're basically playing you're playing a game that's not yours, like you're playing like a different game.
Exactly. Like that's why I say like like cause of death by comparison. Because it's like, why compare yourself to someone else? Unless they like are coming from like, I guess like if you want to compare yourself to your siblings, but even in that case it's like you carry different personality traits.
Yeah.
You got different habits, even if you're blood related.
Yeah.
So it's like, you want to be able to have a strong identity in yourself, because it's what's going to set the foundation of what you want to do with your life. Because like, for me, the way I define success is simply by what I want to achieve, like as me as a person. Like, do not let your goals be externalized. Like it should all be internalized based on what you think you can do as a person, and not because of what you've seen somebody else do, or what somebody else tells you you could do, or not could do. Because then you start to, then it starts to like overlap. Yeah, because like, now you're fighting expectations that don't exactly pertain to you as a person. You're just fighting expectations that were set out by something that was external. Unless whatever that is external is like someone that's actively trying to help you, chances are it's probably hurting you.
Yeah.
So it's like, you want to have like a lot of self-confidence in yourself, especially when it comes to taking like big risks or just actionable steps. Like for me, like I just wasted a lot of money when I first started Hit Factory Brand, and like I hate it and I regret it to a degree, but it's like at the same time, it was a learning curve for me, because now it makes me more diligent financially, right? And like, I've seen other people like, use their money better, but it's like, they just had different circumstances. Maybe they knew something I didn't. But it's like, it's vice versa. Because they didn't go through that turmoil, maybe they'll experience that later on, and wish that they had gone through that earlier. But now that I've gone through it early, it's gonna be easier for me later. Like, you kind of have to be a little bit optimistic. I'm gonna repeat it, but yeah, just go
facts. Speaking of like hit factory and stuff like that, I know when you're like an entrepreneur or like starting something new, I find like, do you find that like just you have a lot of like support, or do you think like there's like a lot of haters? Like I find like, you know, doing like the entrepreneurial stuff, I find, I don't know, in my personal experience, I don't think like, you would think that like the people around you will support you, but I feel like it's like,
I
it's
feel
the
like they're
opposite.
kind of against you a little bit.
Like, I
Or
feel
not
like-
against you, but like they just want to watch.
Yeah, they want to watch, or like, I don't know, like I found, for example, like with YouTube, like when they're starting YouTube channel and stuff, like I find some people, here's the thing about what I noticed, haters, people will hate on you, but it won't be direct, they're not gonna say you suck, they're not gonna tell you straight to your face, but they're gonna say like, you really wanna do that, or I heard someone else did that and they failed, or like, I don't know, bro, you really wanna, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think you should be doing
It's the
that.
same thing like I said before with it when it comes to don't let comparison be your cause of death.
Mhm.
Right? That's another aspect. That's another external aspect. Like, whose opinion do you want to listen to? And does that opinion actually help you? Because it's like, maybe they're telling you that so that you can maybe like, you know, come down to earth a little bit because you're just a really ambitious person. Or is that person genuinely just trying to tear you down? Right?
Mhm.
Like, that's what you need to like decipher as a person.
Mhm.
And like, I can never give you advice when it comes to that because that's something that I'm going through right now. So it's like,
I think a lot of people at this stage like, are like, I
yeah,
wouldn't think
you're
that, so-
filtering what's going to set you back compared to what's going to
Yeah.
help you move forward. Like that's the danger zone from like 25 to 30 because
Yeah.
like every step you take now is going to like really go and fuck you up.
Yeah.
Fuck you up. like if me spent like compared to me spending $100 when I was 18, it's like, oh, you get it back.
Yeah.
Spending $100 now, it's like, oh, that $100 could have been used to do this, and I would have to do that. And
Yeah,
just-
yeah. Got the credit card bill you pay out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or gas for this. Like bills.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Yeah, because you pick up more responsibilities as you get older.
Yeah.
Like imagine having kids. Like, I'm not saying those are like their dream killers, but it's like they have to be a priority. Like,
Yeah.
as a father, like, you want to like, put your kids first
Yeah.
above everything else. And like if you have other things going on, like be able to actually able to do both. If you
Mhm.
can, if you can't, don't. But like the other, like back to like what I said about the comparison, like, it's a danger zone, but like when it comes to haters, I feel like for me, it's a mixed bag. But that's because it's like I've already fucked up to some degree. Can I switch?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I already messed up to some degree, so it's like I've already set out like people have already seen me like kind of like
Fail? Or-
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like now I need to like how do I turn this around to like make it work? That's and then it's the turning around to make it work that's making people like I'm sick of this dude.
Sick of this dude, kind of like, oh look, he's going again, or you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like he's back at it. Like
Yeah.
that, like it's not like haters, it's more like they're like annoyed.
Annoyed, yeah.
So it's like when it comes to my situation, it's just a matter of like how do I keep going, but in a way that you can't like turn down what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it's like I'm offering value to you as a person, so if anything is reciprocated back to me, I know it's either hate or it's either support.
Yeah.
Rather than just like, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. Because like, I have the certification training,
Yeah.
I have experience to put a program together for
Yeah.
I have the background knowledge as a business person.
Yeah.
So So it's like anything that's reciprocated that's not good is just like now I know where it's coming from. So it's like now you're creating a filter for yourself,
Yeah.
whether it's hateful or it's not.
Or it's not, yeah. There's definitely, I like you said, like that filter. There definitely is a filter because I'm noticing that in my own life too. Where it's like, it's weird. Sometimes the hate or like the hate, it could be just like them like putting out their own insecurities onto you. They may not even realize it.
Like I'll give you like an example, like how I set up like a filter to decipher what is what. Is the thing about hate is that if you get in hate, is mostly because it's like you're doing something or you're taking a step in the right direction compared to what you were doing in the past,
Yeah.
right? Because in order to get hate means that they've seen you not be in a situation that you wanted to be, to being in a situation you are wanting to be.
Mm-hmm.
So what it does is that it makes the other person who's in a similar situation as you become insecure of not doing what you do.
Yeah.
So then they start to reciprocate. Now they start to put that on you
Yeah.
instead of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like by creating so the best way to create the filter is to not respond. Don't respond. Like the whole goal is to is to take you back to a state.
Yeah.
That's what the goal is when it comes to hate
Mm-hmm.
or getting hate, is to take you back to where you started, to where you're trying to go.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if someone is hitting on you, I treat it as a compliment, so I respond to it as a compliment.
Yeah. It's like it means I'm on the right path.
Yeah, so it's like what they're trying to do is make you want to go back and forth. They want to control your emotions. Like this is like that's the big like psychological part when it comes to dealing with like hate to some people. Because like I did it sometimes, but I'll never like name drop. I'll never admit to who it is or whatever, even though I damn well have every right to be honest. But I won't, because it's like then they're changing me as a person.
Right.
So now they have control over me. So now they're taking me back to
Right.
where I started compared to where I want to go.
Right. You don't want them to kind of control you because then you give them power.
Yeah, because hate is like them putting a leash on you.
Yeah.
So if if they're able to put the leash on you and it hooks, that's the hate, and then you got it. Now you really. But if you keep it going, if you keep ignoring, the leash won't be able to reach you because you just keep going. Right?
Yeah.
That's how you create the filter, by ignoring it. So like you'll acknowledge it, but you won't respond to it. So now you're creating a filter. So it's like now you can decipher that person compared to the actual support you get, and then you just compare the apples. Like is it bad apple or good?
I definitely feel like it's kind of crazy too when it's like, and then when you finally do the thing, you make it. The same haters are already done. Oh, I always knew you would do it. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like every like person who's become like successful or whatever, like they'll all have haters, and then those haters they come circle back.
Yeah, because it's like they want to like, because I feel like for most people, it's just whether or not they actually believe you can pull it off. Like, are you one of those people that are going to actually do it? And I feel like if you start to fit the bill of that, that's where your confidence starts to kick in.
Yeah.
But you don't want to like be too much of it, because then it's kind of like biting. Kind of like Drake. When he was at the top, right? He was like, I'm going this, I'm going that. Billboard's top 100. Then he started dissing people in his songs subliminally.
Yeah.
And then Kendrick came back with Like That.
Yeah.
Took him down.
Yeah.
Now Kendrick's at the top.
Yeah.
He started taking distance when he was at the top. So it's like, a big part of it is just like having confidence and having a humble confidence.
Humble confidence. Yeah.
It's like,
Because yeah, once you get to the top, they're gonna try to take you back down again.
yeah,
That's
because
the point.
being an entrepreneur, you have to be realistic, optimistic, but at the same time overly confident in yourself.
Yeah.
Because like at the end of the day, you gotta realize like only you are gonna be able to take care of your own shit. So if you don't get to it, you can leave yourself through.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what wakes me up.
It's the definition of nobody's come to save you.
Yeah. So it's like, especially when you're 25.
Yeah.
It's the other way around. They hoping that you save them.
Yeah.
It's like now you're a man. You know, so some people are hard. You got kids that are to you. So
Yeah. Age 25, man. It's definitely it's an interesting time. It's interesting, man.
yeah, like I feel like to an older person, they probably think that we're still young.
Yeah, the probably you guys are so young,
You guys
man.
are babies.
You guys
You
are
don't know
babies.
nothing.
You know what you're talking.
It's true to some degree, but it's like everything I say is based off experience.
Experience, yeah.
I have like 286 followers on Instagram, and I get hate. I got 286 followers, and I get hate. So it's like
You actually
How many-
on Instagram or
not like direct hate, but it's like shots, almost shots. Because it's like they'll bring it up jokingly, but it's like it's unnecessary. But it's like at the same time, it's like it kind of like gives me confirmation in my head. Like,
it's you're on the right path.
yeah, because it's like if I'm getting hit at 200 something followers, imagine if like I'm actually really good at 200K.
Yeah, you actually have to train yourself to get used to it, like, because imagine like the big mega influencers at 100K subscribers. You know, those guys are getting hate, and it's like you gotta be able to like not let it phase you, because like if you're doing like if you're doing something right, you're succeeding.
Yeah, thick skin.
You're it's inevitable. You're gonna like, haters is a prerequisite for success. Like, it's like you're gonna have that. You're gonna have that someone's gonna hate you somewhere out there for whatever reason that never makes sense. So I think it's definitely good for right now to like try and get used. I'm not gonna lie, it gets me too sometimes. Like I'll look at so many like I see it as a compliment, but at the same time, sometimes on the YouTube comments, some of these guys be saying some outlandish shit. I'm just like, yo, I'm just trying to put good value, bro.
But it's like the big thing is like honestly, like the way I look at hate, like I have a completely different like perspective. 'Cause, like, I feel like there's some hate that like you should listen to.
Okay.
Because you gotta be able to like understand, like it goes back to like the filter. Like there's hate and then there's
Like
hate,
constructive,
and there's criticism. Like you gotta understand criticism is a critique on what you actually do. Hate is just a reflection of someone else's not liking what you're doing. So it's like, if you have a service, especially if you're like, you have a service, like you want to listen to the criticism, because the criticism is going to help you be better at doing the service, or whatever it is that you want to do. But like, you gotta learn how to like decipher. And then when it comes to the hate, you can't really fully acknowledge it, because then it's like, you're allowing them in your head, really. So it's like, I kind of like it when I get hit, because then it's like the attention is what I'm trying to get. I mean, it sucks that it's like some of it is hate
Yeah.
because you want it to be support, but it's like it also lets you know that you're in your head that you're doing good, or you're actually, or you're at least progressing. So it's like I just treat it as like benchmarks or like check marks, like little confirmations. Okay, keep going, keep going. I feel like when you stop getting hate, that's when I kind of get worried. Now you're becoming irrelevant to them, so it's like,
Yeah.
it's not whatever you're doing, it ain't working.
Yeah.
Because if it was working, you'd be having everyone's attention. So it's like, yeah. That's kind of how I look at it. It helps me stay positive, right? Especially if you don't have like a lot of support, or if it's like 50-50. Yeah, so it keeps my head like in a good space. And it allows you to like be productive, so you don't really come and fall back.
Fall back, yeah. I feel that. to end off soon here, I wanna get jump into like, um, what motivates you to go to the gym, and also how does like the gym help you with like mental health? Like, what do you think about all those things?
I mean, it's scientifically proven that like working out, because it releases like hormones like oxytocin, like there's adrenaline, or not adrenaline. There's other hormones that help like
Dopamine? No.
yeah, dopamine.
No, yeah.
Dopamine. They're like feel good hormones that actually improve your mental health. So it's like biologically, it actually helps you out. Even though you may not feel like it, go through a workout and like actually push yourself through it. Like regardless of whether you work through, like to some degree you feel a little bit better. But like when it comes to like my fitness and like what motivates me through stuff is just like being able to like combine it, like making my brand a lifestyle for some people, the way I can use it for myself. Because like I've had mental health problems before, so that what motivates me to go into the gym. So it's like using that as a business model, so it kind of motivates me for doing stuff that I'm doing right now. So
Yeah, I never think the gym is definitely like an outlet for some people, especially like you could be having a bad day, and it's like if you can just, you know, hit that workout, whatever. Like for example, it was funny. That day I got a muscle up. What's it called? I had a sales call that we go where I wanted to, and then like that day I'm
but
like,
it
you know what?
doesn't matter, you were gassed because you got the muscle.
You got a muscle up, man. I know I didn't close the sale. But hey, I got that muscle up though, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just picked me up. And I think what I like about it is that the gym, like, when you see success in the gym and you see yourself leveling up in the gym, it kind of gives you the confidence to attack other areas of your life, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I failed doing a muscle up a bunch of times, but then when I got it, it's like, okay, if I can do a muscle up, if I can bench 225, and maybe I can get back to the, you know, back to the drawing board and see if I can, you know, get better at making these sales calls. Maybe I can get better at, you know, studying, school, whatever the case may be. Like, you know, like, I think the lessons you learn in the gym are definitely lessons that you can translate to other areas.
Yeah, that's what I try to do with like my brand, is just like trying to provide a solution to a problem that's easily fixable. Because it's like, not everybody, like the truth is not everybody can afford a therapist, right? Not everybody has a great supporting cast. Like sometimes your biggest supporter is going to be like yourself in some situations.
Yeah.
So I'm just providing a solution to that in particular. And like by listing like those benefits, like it starts to like affect other aspects of your life. Like, that's basically what I'm trying to like promote more of. Because like there's like what's the downside? Like you gotta weigh the downside of not going to the gym compared to actually going to the gym. Like, it's not pick your poison, but it's like, is it worth it? And will it actually help you out, right? You go to the gym, you bench 315, now you're gassed. You got a sales call, confident, you're bing bong boom, you're smooth talking to everybody. You close. You just had a good ass day, like just from benching 315.
Yeah.
Like it starts to like translate, snowballs.
It's like putting like points on the board.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
I feel like going to the gym, it builds you up in terms of like a person, like inside and out. Cause it's like, cause what are you doing? You're pushing yourself to your limits, right? Like it may be just like lifting heavy, it may just be like running a lot or stretching, whatever you're gonna do for a workout. But doing that workout is what builds your character. So it's like having you building that character in the gym is also what's gonna help you be who you are on the outside.
Facts. I like that.
Yeah.
Building your character in the gym is gonna help you build who you are outside.
Yeah, that's
I
why.
like that saying. I like
Yeah, that's why I call it hit factory, because it's like, what are you producing at the end of the day? A better version of yourself.
That's like, you know, the name Hit Factory is like,
Yeah, because when do you think of a factory? You think of like inputs and outputs. The input is you, the output is a better version of yourself.
proper input output kind of, because you put it in, you put it out. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Who you are in the gym prepares you for who you are outside.
Mhm.
I like that. I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I try to use like the gym as a solution. Yeah, like for you, like you provide a solution to other guys in your spot by giving them the motivational talk, by giving them actual steps they can take. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just telling them from a psychological side,
Right, right. You're more on the like mental health side kind of,
Yeah.
kind of things.
from a mental side. Yeah, so it's like, yeah. One complements the other, and like a lot of people get focused on the physical side, but don't really realize the benefits mentally.
Yeah.
So I just try to promote more of that side.
Facts. I think that's a good place to close. Yeah, let the people know where they can find you and all that stuff.
So you can follow me on Instagram. Handle is Hit Factory Brand. Same on Facebook. Same on YouTube. TikTok is hit.factory.brand. Having a URL on with my name. I don't have anything to fix it. But it is what it is. But yeah, so it's just Hit Factory Brand on most IG handles. I have a link tree in the bio for all of them. So if you want to check out more of like my brand, you can be there. I'm also doing a 2,000 push-up challenge to help raise funds for mental health. Biggest ever thing happening across Canada for like the second half of like February. So if y'all want to participate or just like donate, make something in the country. And yeah, so follow me and that's what I do. Check me out. Got my sweatsuit. Might put that out later. Or we'll see.
That will be linked down below too. I'll link your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We'll find you from there. Yeah, that's all for today. Second live of the year. Tune in next time. We're gonna do another live, maybe next weekish. We're gonna do the face game versus body game because I know there's a lot of you guys, a lot of different beliefs on that. So we're gonna debate that. But daily uploads every day. You don't want to miss it. Turn on those bell notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, smash the button.
Smash that button. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. I forgot you know the secret. You know the secret.
Like button, like smash.
Let's get it.